Stories to me represent that moment from childhood to adulthood where we stop reading for pleasure and instead must focus on academics and our future vocation. It has to do with difference and feeling a certain way at whatever age you may be. So why not do the things that are beneficial to everyone, which is to increase these interactions of real experience that are oftentimes very simple, very quiet, but very meaningful when you look back, because it creates a sense, because of the physiological sense of calm and connection. Their understanding of language is not automatic, and they're not noticing how many words exist around them, whether in school or outside of school. The importance of basic fundamental reading skills, phonemic awareness, alphabetic principle, and the recognition that these little squiggles make a sound. When strung together into words and sentences and paragraphs, you create meaning and you create visuals. When listening to me read the story of The Wolf and the Seven Young Kids by the Grimm brothers, please recognize that the patriarch, Philip Willem Grimm, who tragically passed away at age 44, was a true patriarch who set the standard in the household. On his seal was in Latin, Tute si recte viserius, meaning honesty is the best policy in life. The Grimms had to struggle against social slight and financial deprivation during a good part of their lives, but they never forgot their father's motto, Tute si recte vexeris, and they became famous not only because of their remarkable scholarship, but also because of their great moral integrity.
Life. And that is why look up at the moon to remind us we're all in different phases and stages, except I couldn't look up for years. So instead I had to learn to look down, never understanding how my phone and technology is going to help me now. Not until I saw that red dot, was told to look at my fingertips to stay stagnant, to stay undizzy, to stay on, not fall. And why was falling such a big deal? Well, I fell a couple times in public and nobody helped. And what does that remind me of? The way we walk away, the way we use and abuse. Individuals are fucked. But I'm motivated to keep talking. This voice that is gonna be delivered is my new tool. I don't get it. I don't think I talk that strange. But the response has been, you're mentally deranged. So I went over the symptoms list and I said to her, well, we can just knock off each one of these. Let's do it. And she refused to do it. Really avoid people because they bump into you and my body hurts and they don't pay attention. Do you know how many times I've been hit in the face for people hugging each other on the street? Do you have to do that right there? Throwing their cigarette butts out without even paying attention. They don't have the ability to move quickly out of the way. Let's not even get to cars. Not paying attention on their phones. Manic. Wants to get naked in the street directing traffic. Well, I'm sorry if I said change the law and you heard manic. What kind of life have you led? These are real people too. They bleed, they bled. That means the past history of every person who suffered. And if I have to feel like I'm going under because I feel their pain, it's only because I don't want to keep it still happening. The same game, the game of blame. This is how fear sits in. I'm not interested in fear. I want to know how to end it right here. And who taught me all of that? My kitty cats. Because they're all sensory and they live instinctively.
No. N-O. No!
The road was just so scary.
These things will remind you of things go. I'm ready to change healthcare. I'm ready to change stigmatization.
And that's why.
And I'm ready to talk about the importance of honesty.
People who said that on Facebook, but we're not giving them access to video. Fair. So, can advertisers either directly or indirectly get access to or on your platform? Do they get access to information that the user doesn't actually think is either one, being generated, or two, is public? Understanding that, yes, if you dive into the details of your platform, users might be able to shut that off. But I think one of the challenges with trust here is that there's an awful lot of information that's generated that people don't think that they're generating, and that advertisers are being able to target because Facebook collects it.
consciously knowing I will put this
Yes.
out into the
So
universe.
Congressman, my understanding is that
But at one
the
point you
targeting
have
options
to
that are
recognize
available
that
for
you let
advertisers
fear
are generally
rule
things
us.
that are based on what people share.
We have done a
Now,
disservice
once
to
an
those future
advertiser
generations when there was a
chooses
way
how they want to
to
target
face your
something,
fear.
Facebook
To
also
say,
does its own
what
work
about
to
your
help
honesty? What about your
rank and
behavior?
determine which ads are
And
going to
why
be
was a
interesting to which
consequence not
people.
given?
So we may use metadata
Instead,
or other
it's covered up
behaviors
by
of what
interested
you
in a news feed
in
or
order to
what
make our
advertiser,
systems
that makes
Right,
more
but
relevant
then I
to
guess
you.
the question back to
But
that,
that's
and
a
I
little
only
bit
got 20
different from
seconds.
giving
I
that
think
as an
one of the
option
rubs
to
is
an
Life
phone and
affected.
technology is going to help me now.
But to be honest,
not until I saw that
you
red
just do the
dot
right thing every
was
time
told to look
because
at
you
my
don't know what somebody's gone
fingertips to
through.
stay stagnant,
And for
to
them
stay
to
undizzy,
make a
to
judgment
stay,
and an
not
opinion
fall.
while
And why was
blatantly
falling such a big
turning
deal?
away from
Well, I
violence.
fell a couple times in
Because
public, and
those
nobody
little lives are
helped.
affected.
And what does
They
that
grow
remind me
up and
of?
they
The
get
way
big.
we walk away, the way
And
we
what happens
use
when they
an
get big?
individual
Well,
are
peak
motivated.
time, I
The
guess.
music voice that I
don't
is
have to make a
gonna be
prediction, I know.
delivered is my new
I don't get it.
tool.
I don't think
I
I
talked
talked
about
about
the
it,
response
but the
has been
and so
mentally
they
driven.
learn
I went over
others.
the symptoms
And
list.
what do they
and I said to
learn?
her, well, we can
How
just
to
knock
mentally
off each
abuse.
one of these. Let's do it. And she refused to do it. Really avoid people
And that's what I'm gonna
because
talk
they
about.
bump into
How
you and my
someone
body hurts and they don't
can
pay
take
attention. How many
just
times I've been
people
hugging
hit
each
the
We
other
haven't talked about the societal implication of it.
and their
For one
cigarette
objective and
butts
one
out
objective
without even
only
paying
to avoid
attention.
their
Have the ability to
responsibility.
move quickly out of the way. Let's not even get to cars. Not paying attention on their
Underlying
That's it.
issue
I was a
here is that
teacher.
your platform has
So
become
I had
a
to-
mix of news, entertainment,
I believe
social
in
media.
Man, what kind of
Curiosity.
life have you
You've given them a lifelong
These are
gift
real
of
people
learning.
too. They bleed, they bled.
That means the
If
past
I have to
history of
feel like
every
I'm
person
going
suffered.
under because I feel
What I
their
had to do was
pain,
relook at
it's
my
only
face,
because I don't want to keep it still
listen to my
happening. The
voice,
same game,
and be
the
comfortable
game
in
of
a
blame.
body
Fears
that's
and
assaulted.
end it
And
right
who taught
here.
me?
The changes to individual privacy don't seem to be sufficient to address that underlying issue.
How
I
can we
love your
get
comments
started?
on that.
And it wasn't scary kids. It was the adults doing nothing that was scary. What more can they do? Anything they want.
No!